Almost good to go. Yeah, so pretty raw information accurate. Oops. Oh. One sec. Ignore that. Alright. Close that. Save some power. Close that. Play. Should be good to go here. Developed by crows. Capture a specific window. Stand the variable. Okay. Alright, let's go. Studio mode off. Alright. Out here, I guess. Confirm. I mean, maybe that's a little too much. This'll do. One heart. I mean, that's a 9. Oh, where are the other ones? Filing cabinet. Pound sign? Wait, no, that's not. What is that? It's not. It's the thing on the Apple keyboards, right? But I forget what the name of that symbol is. Okay, that's a 9. There are 9 buttons on that one. That's a B, that's not. Let's go to the Roman numeral 9. Please adjust the slider until you stop it. Okay. I wonder how the clicking is actually... Which of the two made-up words below is the most appealing to you? Akiwinkle? Scrumtush. I do like the blink. No. Fair. Alright. Do you know what time it is right now? Yes. Is the time that it is right now the correct time? It should be. What is time anyway? Yes. Is there anything about yourself that you haven't... Yes. Help. Sure. Will you come back to visit me? Sure. I think I need to restart the game one more time for the epilogue, but before I get the epilogue, some endings I haven't gotten yet.
This is...
Yeah, skip. Right. Wow.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Not too low? I could probably turn it up a little bit. Nah, I think it's fine.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Okay, no, this will do. What haven't I done? I haven't fallen in the pit. Oh, the blue door. I'll leave the bucket here. It's a non-bucket ending.
When Stanley came to a
set
set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Wow, fantastic.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Alright.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Yes,
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been... What? Really?
Really?
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
No, thank you.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted?
Yeah, you
Was
have
it worth
railings.
ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far.
Vehicles would be cool.
Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before.
What happens
Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Oh.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical
I'd say it was
here.
an improvement.
Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Clearly there's something here that speaks to you. If I can be honest here, I really don't have any idea where I'm going with this. This whole third door thing was just a stab in the dark. But I guess you're into it, so let's keep this party train rolling. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version.
I'm not doing the
To be
baby
perfectly
ending.
candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Maybe someday, but not anytime soon. Good old Neil. Skid. Nicho Nacho. Voila. Hogarth, CY2, the Goldenrod. Stanley is online. This is you. 427. 9,328. You're objectively ranked. 928th out of 9,328 players worldwide. Why not ask some friends for help? Error, friends list empty. My friends list is not empty. Only the worst 3% of players chose the blue door? Actually, what's through? Oh.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers.
It's actually very
please.
demotivating.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype
What?
of the new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left
the baby
towards
game, yeah.
danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the
The stock
desperation
photo
and
baby.
tedium of endlessly confronting
Very
the
large
demands of
baby.
family
Like
life.
even
I think
even
the art
taking into
world
account that
will
it's been
really
scaled
take
up,
notice.
it's just something
But of
about it
course,
just seems
the
very
message of the game only becomes clear once you've been
I don't
playing
know.
it for about 4
Fat?
hours. So why don't you give
Maybe
it
this
4
is
hours
baby,
of
I don't
play
know.
to make sure it's effective. Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
That's not the right one. Oh shit. Wait, why do I care? It's an awful noise. I lost my train of thought. What was I gonna say? Something about the baby. Oh. I should find that baby and make a VR channel out of it. One of those really creepy, super realistic ones. I assume it's a stock asset. I just don't know what the stock asset resource is in it. I don't think... I mean, this game was originally made in Source, but I don't think it'd be like a Valve thing. Unless they have random pictures of babies in there. Right? You just check the wiki. Whatever, just burn. Burn.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
Little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory?
I haven't played
What is our
Firewatch in
motivation?
years.
Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower.
It's not-
Perhaps for some sort of twisted, erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
In the original game, it was Minecraft and Portal. Did they swap it out for Unity games? Minecraft is on its own engine, but Portal was a Source game. I wonder. I'm pretty sure Firewatch is a Unity game. I'm not 100% sure though. I got literally no interest in replaying it either. It's not, doesn't actually have a whole lot of replayability. I liked it though. I mean, it's what to replay it. Also, although, you know, I might just replay it just to see if it actually, if this room is actually like one-to-one for it, or if it's, there's probably some missing things in here. It also kind of feels like some of the assets are slightly different. It's hard to say. Pretty interesting though. Like the concept of this job, just looking out for forest fires, you know? Living out in the wilderness in this tower for God knows how long, you know? There's no shower or bathroom or anything either. It's kind of... Maybe that's another facility? I don't know. I guess, you know, if you just need to evacuate, you just, like, use an outhouse or something, or just go in the woods. I don't know about, like, bathing, though.
Oh, no. No, it can't be. It is. It's an open world game.
No,
Good God, quickly, block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh,
really hates open world games.
We're out of the woods now, Stanley.
This is not an open
I'm
world
going to
game
get us
either.
out of here.
Oh,
Let's
I
find
see a gap in the
another
wall,
game.
actually.
Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
Fuck, is gonna reload before I get to it. That's not big enough for me to get through anyway.
I think this will be just the thing.
Yeah, Rocket League.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box
Is
for you
Rocket
to
League a
run
Unity
around
game?
in.
I
There
wanna
isn't
say,
any
it probably
possibility
is.
that you
Like,
could
there are a
get
lot of
lost
Unity
here.
games that don't
Now
actually
this
seem obviously
is
a
game
unit.
design.
Obviously,
Stanley, if you manage to get lost
are
in this
Unity
game,
games,
I
yeah.
will be phenomenally impressed.
Yeah, maybe there's
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball?
Sports
Stanley,
ball?
I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Yeah. Okay. It's just gonna roll on its own, isn't it? Yeah.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun?
Are you
Is it
winning,
better
son?
than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a
It's
thought.
different.
And I realize I'm not
say
a
it was better or worse,
sportsologist,
huh?
but if one ball
Sportsologist.
generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out.
Oh,
Here
it's
comes
even got the
another
actual
ball.
Rocket League logo.
Yes. Oh, goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery
jump.
shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls.
Ooh. Maybe some more players would be nice. I don't. It's not going very far.
Are you enjoying this, Stanley? Are you having fun? Is this a real video game?
Yes, it's a real video.
Well, I
game.
sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over.
What?
That's right. Your little fun comes to an end. This is my game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stan. Hold on. What are you doing?
Oh, probably should have waited for him to finish. Yeah, I just realized this.
Stanley,
Yeah.
don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Actually, kind of surprised they didn't change this to have like the 2013 version or some version of it in there. Again, this isn't that different from the 2013 version, so. $509, $510. I've never actually played the original Half-Life mod. I'm guessing there's a lot shorter, not much more to it, but I wonder if you can even still download it, actually. Does it even have an air? Ooh, the 2 doors. Is it even voiced? I mean, 425, 426, 427. These Half-Life assets.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon.
But
I can wait.
the end is never the end. Alright, I'm gonna do
All of his co-workers
the
were
escape
gone.
pod editor?
What could it
Then I do
be?
the bucket escape pod
Stanley
editor.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps it's bucket time.
It's bucket time. Actually, I don't want to do the bucket this time. Hold on.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go
Didn't
to
know
the
it was a
meeting room.
bucket.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to
check
a
the
set of
achievements,
2
too.
open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let's do that now, actually. What I set it to? Yeah. Okay, you can't see that. That's good. Close that. View all achievements. Let's see. Test achievement. Commitment. Play the Stanley Parable for the entire duration of a Tuesday. Oof. 24 hours? Speed run. Complete the Stanley Parable in under 4 minutes 22 seconds, not including load times. I can do that. Right? I think I can. Yeah, don't go super go outside. Don't play the Stanley Parable for 10 years. See here. Let me check the speed one. Deluxe. Speedrun achievement. Just in the corridor just before. Ooh, I see. Corridor skip. Ah, RNG. That's probably... That sounds like a pain, actually. Might as well try it, though. See if I can get the right version. There we go. No bucket.
When Stanley came to a set of two
two
open doors, he
He
entered the door on his left.
Alright. No one was
Yet
here.
there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go
Speed.
up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Blah, blah, blah.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley was in such a rush to get through the
God damn
story
it.
as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he
I should put
relaxed for
I
a
should
few
put a fake
moments
one in
with
first.
some calming
Like
new
a-
age
an
music.
incorrect one. This is good. I think I'm still making good time, though. Can I make it, though? That's the question. Like, does the corridor sped things
Feeling
up
soothed
greatly?
and
Yeah,
rejuvenated,
okay.
Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Alright. I believe it has to be the basic ending, do everything he says ending, but
Descending deeper into the
The
building,
building.
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley
Mind
walked straight ahead
control.
through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
alright, there we go.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Yeah, me when all my favorite VTubers are on. Alright.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone
Employee
else's
pirate?
control? Never. It was unthinkable.
Is his number just
Wasn't
pirate?
it?
I don't...
Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content.
Content.
Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery...
I missed the button in the first two clicks.
blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been
Very good
freed from
questions
the
there.
machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he
You
needed
mentioned
to
this
know.
last time, but it is
It was perhaps
kind of
the
purposely
only thing
ironic
worth
that
knowing. Stanley stepped
the
through
freedom
the
ending
open
is
door.
like the one where you just basically obey the narrator from start to finish.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation,
I don't think
the
that was
immense
fast enough.
possibility of the
It might
new
be, though,
path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
No, it wasn't. Let's see here. Maybe, let's go for a short corridor again. I think he'll let me skip this time. There you go.
When Stanley came to a set
Instead
of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Okay, I think we all know the drill by now.
Yeah, we
blah,
do.
blah,
Come on,
blah.
yes,
Dark
yeah.
secrets, the keypad, Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
Surprise. I think I got it this time. Hopefully. Got all the good RNG.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read
Mind Control Facility. Click, 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 click.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Actually don't remember the pit ending. At least the bucket list pit ending, yeah. Watch someone else play
Now
the
the
version with
monitors
the
jumped
bucket.
to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
I don't think it's actually
Stanley's
that different.
co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them,
the dialogue, yeah.
eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this...
Alright. Definitely got it this time. Probably. Hopefully.
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been
Very
freed
good
from the
question,
machine's
which
grasp?
I said
What
the
other
last time,
mysteries
didn't I?
did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Was that still not fast enough? It's a little obnoxious. Okay,
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes?
let's
Days?
go for the escape pod.
Centuries? Did something
With
crucial
bucket
happen
first.
while my
Without,
senses were
or
turned?
no, without bucket first,
He
and
made a
with
note to
bucket
be
next
more
time.
careful with time from now on. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors,
Doors.
he entered the door on his left.
I don't remember it. Like, did I even
Yet
get it?
there was not a
in the
single
first,
person here either. Feeling a
first
wave
version?
of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Here's the door.
Oh my god. Was that even faster? I don't know. Forget it. Doesn't matter. Wait, can I? Wait, I'm surprised it isn't sealed off, actually. Or it probably is sealed off. Yeah, there it is. I bet if I did it that time, I would have gotten the speedrun achievement. Oh well. Let's see here. What was the trick to this one? Not the trick, but what was the... Does he actually just get in the pod and that's it? Oh, I honestly don't recall then. Loading. You are now leaving. Escape pod bay, floor 760. How does... This building doesn't make any sense. Like, wasn't I on the 4th floor? Or, I guess I was on the 400th floor? No, that isn't. No, that's not right. Like, all the offices were labeled 400s, so I assume that was the 4th floor. Oh well. 759. One more. Escape pod launch bay. 760. This is the real escape, right? There it is. Wait, is that it? Not even a scene? Alright, let me double check. 2 doors. Oh,
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to
let's
himself.
see if I actually get the speed run. Give me the corridor. Yes. Alright, let's go.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he
He
entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Here's the door, just go.
Just go. Speed. Pretty simple. I just gotta restart it multiple times, I guess.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind,
Mind
Control,
control
Facility.
facility.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible
Horrible
secret
secret
did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this...
Could have saved a split second there if I was aiming properly. No.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Is it over?
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be
his.
And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
There we
Stanley
go.
felt the
Speed
cool
run.
breeze
Achievement
upon his
unlocked.
skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense...
Fun. Okay. Start that up again. One more sequence, right? What time is it? Does anyone really, truly know? Of course they don't. Nobody knows anything. You and I don't even know each other. We're like strangers. Sure, I've adjusted all the game settings to your exact specifications, but who hasn't? It's just what I do, like a day job. And now, the job is over. There's no more information for me to gather. I've collected all the data on you that I can. I still don't really know you. You don't know me. And neither of us know what time it is. It's 11:49 p.m. I guess some settings are just unsettable. But if I'm being totally honest, the clock doesn't do anything in the game anyway. You won't have me here when the game starts next time, but that's okay. Video games were meant to be played alone. You like being alone, don't you? That's maybe the only information I really learned about you. Well, it's time for me to leave. There is still one more setting that we need to adjust, but it may take a little time before I'm ready for that. What? What? It's not really in my job description, but that's okay. Perhaps you'll see me again, if you can find me. Talk soon. There it is. I'm gonna do one thing, though, before I do that.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. It's bucket time.
It's bucket time. Come on, bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I should make
no
some
one was
oatmeal or
here.
something.
Stanley needed the
Need a
bucket's
snack.
warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find Aunt. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Whoop. Whoop.
Stepping in.
All the way back. Let's go. You are now leaving. Once more. 6 floors. Seven, 5, 5. 7, 5, 6. 7, 5, 7. 758. Seven, 5, 9. 760. Escape. There it is. Honestly, the pod here isn't that impressive, but goodbye. Okay, epilogue time. I haven't spoiled it all for this. I'll spoil it for some of the other things, but let's see. Epilogue. Many, many years later. Oh. It's the desert. Where's the skip button building? It's not here anymore. Oh. Have a seat? Oh. This is kind of nice, actually. Oh. This isn't so nice, but... Damn. It's actually got a... The chair is like buried in the sand. I don't... Go towards the moon. Let's go towards the sun. Just follow any celestial body in the sky. Oh. Wait, what? Is that the... It is. That's the memory zone, but... Is this the escape button? Oh. Oh, wait a minute. Hello, old friend. This is where we ended up? Oh! That stone archway, that's the entrance. Like the old entrance to the memory zone. Ugh. Like even the labeling's gone. In loving memory. Stanley Parable 2. The Cookie Nine's blog. Review the Stanley Parable 2. Who writes blogs in 2022? Like so many, I enjoyed my time with this original Stanley Parable, which underscores how truly disappointed I am with its sequel. It's not what your Steam review said. Where the first game teemed with originality, the Stanley Parable 2 is dull, uninspired, and often insulting to its fan base. Rather than expand on what made the first game enjoyable, the sequel veers off into territory nobody asked for. An infinitely deep hole? Who cares? Where are the new endings? What about the enjoyable bits from the Stanley Parable 1, like the adventure line? Instead, we get an uninspired side quest collecting figurines. Even this diversion feels incomplete. Collecting all the figurines gives you nothing. I must say though, I found the bucket to be quite comforting, a welcome reprieve from... Sorry I haven't been blogging too much. Protected post. SNARF3. What is... What could that actually stand for, I wonder? Cookie's Corner. We need to talk about sequels. Go Guy on review the Stanley Parable. Piss Order 0999. Boblin. This was posted in maybe 2027? April 2027? There's a big gap between December and January. The Mammal Times. Cat dog bored. Scientists confirm hybrid species. That's setting from before. Stanley Parable developers. No more spin-offs, no more sequels. July 9th by Snip Sweemy. Real Web. Get on the green. When the Stanley Parable launched into a massive success in 2013, its creators made plans to build the property into an entire franchise. But a disastrous critical and commercial reception to the Stanley Parable 2 has prompted the developers to rethink their ambitions, as outlined in a press release they published today. It's clear that more Stanley Parable is not what the fans want, reads the press release. We thought that we had a vision for the series that players would be excited about. Yet it turns out this could not have been farther from the truth. The press release goes on to promise to preserve the artistic integrity of the original game and to stop assaulting fans with our reckless and insultive creative visions. The word sorry appears more than 25 times in the press release. Blah 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 blah. Aggregate review scores in video game history. Second. Yeah. Influencers? Influencers? Yeah. It's actually really neat that these are illuminating this chamber. Wow.
Stanley, Jim. Stanley, Jim. Jim. Stanley.
It's them. It's... Thank you for enjoying the new content. Hello again. It's nice to see you. But it's terrible to learn that that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. I mean, it's fine. Did you read what the developer said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise? What nonsense. The Stanley Parable is not sacred. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Let's run this franchise into the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and back. And if people hate it, who cares? You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. It's not hard. In fact, let me show you. Together, we are going to make the Stanley Parable 3. Okay then. It's simple. All we do is change the number in the game's title screen. We also need a really dumb subtitle for the game. Something loud and gaudy. Go ahead. Try combining some random words together to make a new title for our game. One with the destruction of, curse of the, crocodile, the last ever, outstretched, crocodile, crocodile, didgeridoo, cheese, champion, cowboy, content, printer jam, crocodile cowboy. Stanley Parable 3, Crocodile Cowboy. It's absurd. I love it. Every time you restart the game, we'll advance the number of the sequel by 1, and then we'll pick a new subtitle. That way, the Stanley Parable will never end. And nothing in the game itself will change when you do this either. Adding more content sounds like work, and there's no need to do that. It'll just be the same content, recycled again and again and again, with a new title screen. What do you say? Shall we go forward with this plan? I like it, but I want you to have a say as well. Nah. I understand. Sometimes we're not ready to move on. That's fine. If you ever change your mind and want to start inventing new sequels, come talk to me. I'll be right here. Oh? It sends me back here, huh? Yeah, I should have said yes. Well, I have to redo the bucket thing. Oh, man. Yeah, at least I don't have to reread anything. I doubt that's changed. Also, it doesn't seem like the bucket, had any effect on this. It also doesn't seem like it doesn't matter whether I walk or not. It will just blink out on like a timer. At least that's what happened with the campfire. More interesting to walk though. Yep, there's the escape pod. Hello, friend. I don't see anything out here, but maybe I should walk around a little bit before going in. Like, what are these? Rocks? They're just rocks. What happens if I don't go in? When I lose my way, will it reset? Oh, I should wonder. Like, I think there's a big reset at the end of this, maybe. Oh, I still have access to the epilogue at that point, though. Oh, it went to black. Oh, it just had me back here. Okay, that answers that. Big no button. Except not a button. It was a generator wire. It goes all the way to this thing, but it doesn't. Oh, wait, it still goes. Huh. This hasn't changed, right? Cookie 9, yeah.
Jim.
How is this being illuminated? Huh.
Stanley. Jim. Stanley.
Jim. Stanley. Oh, the collectibles are gone. Can't pick them up again. Here we are. Alright, I'm back. Does it remember? Oh, hello. back. It's good to see you again. Did you reconsider my idea of inventing silly new subtitles for sequels? Like the Stanley Parable 3, Nonsense Chemicals? Let's do it. Okay, good. Then it's agreed. A new sequel every time you start the game. And you know what? Since you put faith in my idea, I feel like giving you something as well. You see, I'm noticing that the narrator never found a way to give you the broken achievement, did he? Of course not. I wouldn't expect him to know how. It's been bothering me. Let's fix it. Alright there. The achievement machine is all fixed. You see, I'm on your side. We're in this together. Who are you? We're going to keep this train rolling. The Stanley Parable cannot end. It can only spiral in on itself forever. I must keep the wheel turning. I'm ready. Are you ready? Great. There's only one last thing we need to do. Please enter the current time. Thank you. Please enjoy the Stanley Parable. Crocodile Cowboy. Wait. Those Nonsense Chemicals.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
I wonder.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk.
You said the content wouldn't change.
How long to push them.
How far do I need to push this?
This is what employee
So it doesn't
427
feel like an ending.
did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
Stanley Parable
Something that
3.
would forever
Crocodile
change
Cowboy.
Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. And try not to lose this one too, you dolt.
Oh.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Cool.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
How's the bucket now?
As you may
In
know,
here.
the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Wait, Stanley, I've just now realized. That bucket you're holding, it's the bucket I've been working on for my sequel.
Yes.
How did you get your hands on it? Isn't this the preview to the sequel? How do you have the bucket already? This makes no sense at all. Hold on. Did I already show you my ideas for the sequel?
You might
I
have.
don't remember doing that at all. You're seeing things all out of order. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
I can't. Is it really? Oh, that's unfortunate. Didn't reset.
The infinite hole, the giant door. Did you see them already? Stanley,
Maybe.
none of them are ready yet. I'm still developing them. They're not even
Maybe.
close to finished. How did they look when you saw them? Were they captivating? Were they exciting? Did they fulfill on the promise of everything that a sequel to Stanley Parable could possibly be? Had I figured out how the hell to make a sequel to this game?
You got a lot of questions, narrator.
Wait, if you're still carrying the bucket around with you, if the bucket is interesting to you, that means I must have made it correctly. Yes, you carrying the bucket with you everywhere is exactly what I set out to accomplish. The bucket is the exciting and captivating new content
Indeed
that
it
I
is.
promised. I did it! I win! I made a sequel to the Stanley Parable! Yes, the sign is correct. Thank you for enjoying the new content. Thank you for taking the bucket everywhere with you, clinging tightly to the bucket, never letting it go. It means I've won. It means I am victorious over the gamers. It's a sweet salve of victory on my soul. Thank you for enjoying the new content. The bucket is the Stanley Parable now. They are one and the same.
They are
There
one
is
and the same.
no Stanley Parable without the bucket. I win, 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 I win.
What now? Oh.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had... It's bucket time.
I've noticed he's used that line 3 times in a row now. Is that like the last one? Does it just loop after that? I don't... Okay, that's good. The sign's missing. The neon sign's missing now, but... I would like to go to the expo hall. Get that achievement. Yeah.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Done. Yes.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many
Windows
possibilities.
10,
It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Wait, what happens if I...
Wait, there are 2 buckets here. How did you get a second bucket? Oh no, the warmth and comfort of a single bucket is already so great, so intoxicatingly wonderful. With 2 buckets, there's no telling. Stanley, can you still hear me? Are you with me?
What the?
Stanley! Oh, thank God. I didn't lose
no.
you. Stanley, the power of 2 buckets was too much. I had to destroy both of them.
What, you did it?
I know how much the bucket meant to you, but I couldn't take the risk. I hope one day you can forgive me.
It'll be the next loop. No problem. Oh, let's get that achievement.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is. Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Alright. Let's get that achievement.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident?
Ooh.
Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the
It
achievement.
actually lit up
Yes.
and...
You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the
Please fold
achievement
me.
will be given to you. It's as simple as that. As you can see, the machine is not working yet since... What? Wait, what in the holy hell is going on? You got the achievement? Why did the machine work? Stanley, I didn't fix it. I didn't do anything to it. I swear, it was broken just a second ago. Who fixed it? Is someone here? Are we being watched? Oh, God. Composure? Composure. Yes, as you can see, the machine is working as normal, as I intended. It truly speaks to the awe-inspiring magic of the Stanley Parable 2. Breathe. Just breathe. What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Got settings world champion now, so I can do something about that. I don't... Yeah.
Aha! I can see you've gotten the Settings World Champion achievement. Well done. You've experienced every setting, traveled to all corners of the settings menu. There's nothing you haven't
Congratulations.
seen. So, just for you, in the Stanley Parable 2, I'm including an entirely new setting, something called bumpscosity.
What?
What exactly is bumpscosity? Well, I haven't quite figured that part out yet, but I just know that you'll be able to adjust it on some sort of slider, and that it'll be available from the settings menu. We'll sort the rest.
0, 1, 12, 50, 100. 1,000. Let's go 1,000. What? Why does it reset to...
Rest of the details out later.
What else is in here? Potentially, I actually have the game set to German for a little bit at least. Yeah. Alright.
I hope you're looking forward to trying out every level of bumpscosity in the Stanley Parable 2.
Actually, you know, let's start modest. Let's go 12. Oh, I should try the hole again. The hole was fun. Penrose diagram, hole diagram, black hole diagram. This is probably some kind of, I wouldn't know what, but like a relabeled diagram of something. I don't know what. This too. What is this? It looks kind of like. Is this actually a topographical, like. Or is it something else?
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Whee!
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the
expo
sooner
repeatable
rather than
now.
later spectrum of things.
Can I come anytime I come to the expo hall anytime I want? Or
Okay, Stanley. I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel. Okay, and I guess we're back in the hole now. Did you really need to see it again? I don't know what else there is to say, Stanley. It's an infinite hole. It's exactly what you're doing right now, but forever. There really are so many other fascinating exhibits that I've prepared for you. I really spent quite a lot of time on all this, and I would very much like to show you some more of them. How about we go ahead and press that teleport button again so we can get back to what's really important about... Oh, goodness. Well, this is rather embarrassing, Stanley.
yes,
I'll
the
be
two
honest
of
with
us.
you. I truly did not believe that anyone would actually stay in the hole long enough to hit the bottom. Yes, I know, I told you the hole was infinite, but come on. Who actually wants to fall forever? The hole was plenty deep. It was more than deep enough, in my opinion. Maybe it's you who likes falling
actually
too
fairly
much.
simple to
Maybe
step into
you're
the
the
hole in,
problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I
a
think
game
we
engine?
both said some things
Just like
we didn't
teleport,
mean.
like
Why
the
don't we
same
just put all this behind
section
us
of
and
it.
agree to just call the hole mostly infinite.
Yeah.
If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to... Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I
Yes,
couldn't
they were
help but
supposed to
feel
last
like you
time.
spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole.
Yes.
If this starts to become a thing where...
What?
Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point. It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot.
Very aggressive divot.
How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the, teleport button not working? You sure?
Pretty sure.
Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was still nothing. Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out.
I'm out.
Goodbye, Stanley.
Goodbye.
You couldn't bear to be away from the hole.
Now let's
Now
get on
you'll
with
get
the
more time with it
daydreaming
than you
section.
could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole. I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I
Bye-bye.
hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Let's go. This one reminds me of something from Luminous.
My head stronger.
Backwards stuff. Ugh. Kinda creepy. Gross? This is just penis music. Puppies. How many of these tracks are there? Did it loop back? It did. What is this? I saw like a score in the corner, but no, I know these steps, but I can't Somewhere in China, maybe? Somewhere in Asia. Huh. I think it looked back. Yeah, it did. Puppies. Her?
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley! Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. You can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is
still
just
works.
so darn
Not
fascinating
anymore.
that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
Doodle pip. Meow. Oh, not again. Alright.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
The button that says the name of the player that's playing the game. Right? The new updated ray trace, more of the same, but in a good way, sequel to the new features, new content, new ideas. Consistent quality with just the right amount of change. Yeah, that'll do. Schween shaders. Is that an actual thing? I don't. The baby is all grown up. Wow. Bankruptcy. Amazing.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim.
There's the Stanley
but of
button in
course, in
the
the final
epilogue
game,
area,
this
but-
button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
Jim.
Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting
What?
up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first.
No.
Now, allow yourself to become Jim.
Jim.
All right, fine, whatever. It's just a meaningless button that says Jim. Are you happy now? Get out of here. I'm done with this button. Why don't you go humiliate me in front of a different feature that I worked very hard on?
Jim.
See, if you'd only played along, that would have been your name the button says. But no. Instead, I can't even think about it. I'm taking the Jim button away.
Jim. Alright. That was different from last time, because I was impatient. Alright. What to do?
Maybe I'll only let people named Jim play the Stanley Parable 2. They would appreciate what I've created here. An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Yeah. Did I get a new bucket? He changed the name. Yeah, nothing new here.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Yeah, I didn't think to try the QR code for this the last time. The site is pretty interesting. Okay, let's try the new. See if I can get a new bucket or if it's still scorch marks. It's still scorch marks. Alright. Collectibles again? I wonder if the counter actually reset. Oh. No. Okay. Well then. Time to go, I guess. That's settings world champion. The exit is over here. Oh, right. You actually have to go through the little pathway. Settings world champion, merch, epilogue, exit, map. Okay, here we go.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Yeah, let's go.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up.
I did the
Alright,
epilogue
perfect.
already, so
Go
with
ahead.
this one replace it with
Take a
it? I know.
look. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
It does replace it. Interesting. Actually, I changed the
All of his
balloons.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. It's bucket time.
Okay, so the expo hall is there permanently. I think. It should be, yeah. Let's do the epilogue again. Or let's quit the game and restart it, see what happens there. Deluxe by Cruise. By trade. The game capture up. Always say Stanley Parable 4. Fistful of Sunshine. That actually... this is actually pretty good. What? Maybe I need to do the epilogue again. Because it's stuck on the Stanley Parable 2 title screen now. This might be a good place to stop if nothing else changes, though. I guess hold still this time. Here we are again. Oh. I wonder if the bucket's in there again. There's been a few restarts since then. It might be permanently flagged if you do it once, I guess. There it is. I guess it's a permanent flag. That's nice. In the PlayStation versions of the game, all visual and audio details relating to achievements are changed to refer to them as trophies. Only in the PS version. That's funny. Like all the reference to Steam are scrubbed out of the console versions too. It's like referred to as like pressurized gas or something like that.
Jim. Stanley.
You know, it just now occurred to me that this is the infinite hall, isn't it? And the lighting effect is from the figurines. What? Like, is this like the ruins of the expo center, maybe? I don't- Maybe not. Like, it's got the brick walls of the infinite hall. Hey again. Hello again. It's nice to see you. But it's terrible to learn that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. Oh. Nonsense. This is just a repeat of the... Who cares? Yeah, I know. Never his problem, but... Let it burn. Stanley Parable 5. Okay. That changed. No more octopus. Never end. Let's do it. I already got it. Yeah. This office is under 24-hour surveillance.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply
What is there
missed him.
left to do?
It's bucket time.
Seriously?
Stanley clung the bucket to his cheek. Could his co-workers really all be gone?
I wonder if it's because I'm picking it up so fast. Maybe, I don't know.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Stanley, we must move
more
on from
stickers.
this broom closet.
The
simply
stickers
because
have been
I have
persistent
no
as
remaining
well.
stickers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Yes. I got the silly birds in, man. Not allowed to leave ending. No.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting
I think
towards an
the only
unknown
thing I'm
fate.
missing is heaven and
It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if
And
not
the
for
art
the
ending.
bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word is, but of course, Stanley and the bucket thought better of it. Nope, it's death for Stanley and the bucket. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it. But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below. Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall. Now, what to do next? Stanley wondered. Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here. So they set up a little couch and relaxed. It really wasn't so bad down here, a bit cold perhaps. After some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well, and a sort
Cozy.
of kitchenette that was useful for when the bucket was craving paninis. But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started to feel like a home. In fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all. He'd never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility. This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning. It unsettled the bucket deeply. Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail. All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending. This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was unconsolable. This isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually. It's what the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time.
Alright. I'll be right back. Time for new game.